First name Wade, W-A-D-E. Last of Kamman, K-A-M-M-A-N. I'm a lieutenant with the Glendale Police Department.
Heard from you a little earlier. What can you tell us now?
So I got a briefing from our detectives. So this morning, which is Wednesday, May 20th, before 10 in the morning, an adult female and an adult male entered a business located in the area of 63rd Avenue and Bell Road. When they entered that business, the female was attempting to purchase a firearm. The manager of that business observed a large cut on her hand. The female then mouthed the words, "Call 911." As the manager of the business called 911, officers arrived promptly. When the officers arrived, they saw the adult male subject being aggravated and upset. The officers started giving commands to the adult female and the adult male to separate from each other. The adult male then got behind the adult female and wrapped his arm around her neck and started producing a knife from his waistband. One of the officers then fired his duty weapon at the male, striking him. The male sustained non-life-threatening injuries and was taken to a local hospital. Nobody else was injured during this incident.
Can you explain the relationship between the man and the woman? Did they know each other or were they not known to each other?
So they did arrive together at the business. From our understanding, it seems like there's a romantic relationship, but we're not 100% sure. It's still being investigated.
You said that man, they did find a knife, produced a knife, and that was found?
Yes.
Do we have any idea why they would have come to this business and why she would have made one of the purchases?
So it's still being investigated, but there was a possibility that he was not eligible to buy a firearm and she was. So the possibilities there are being investigated.
Is she cooperating with authorities? Is she being interviewed?
Yes. Yeah, she was taken to a local hospital as well for unrelated injuries to this incident, and she is cooperating.
Can you speak to the greater community about, we always talk about if you see something, speak up, or maybe it sounds like the manager in this case took some steps to help this get resolved.
Right, so with the safety of our community, it all hinges on the relationship that we as a police department have with our community members. And when things like this happen, taking those steps to call the police department, get officers there as quickly as possible, it helps us protect the community at large and make sure that we're saving lives as best as that we can.
Can you speak to, I guess, how difficult these situations can be when you are dealing with a domestic violence situation and there is danger kind of involved there?
So domestic violence unfortunately happens a lot in every community, and it's one thing that we as a police department do our best to try to educate and have resources available for those that are victims of domestic violence. Sorry, what was the question again?
Does it add kind of an extra layer for you guys kind of dealing with something like this where it does turn violent and you're dealing with a potential couple and
Yes.
kind of goes out to the
So domestic violence situations are inherently dangerous because we don't know what we're getting into, whether the person that is the aggressor or the victim could potentially turn on us. Like, there's a lot of unknowns in those variables. So we as a police department have to treat them very cautiously, but we also want to make sure that we're respecting the people that are victims and making sure that we're advocating for their safety.
One question. There was a person retained a moment ago. It's being released. Was he the person of interest or was the person that called 911?
I did not see who it was, but it could be either a witness or somebody of that nature. I know the adult male and the adult female related to this are no longer on scene. So it was probably a witness that the detectives needed to interview, would be my guess.
Charges for like this
Is still being investigated, so I don't want to confirm anything right now.
This all happened inside this pawn
Yeah.
shop?
Inside the business in the area of 63rd Avenue and Bell Road.
The time that it was happening to the time that the officers arrived, what's the time in between?
I did not look into the response time, so I apologize. I would have to look into that and get back to you.
Will you give us any information about the officer or officers? There's one officer that fired their weapon?
So one officer, so there were two officers that entered the business, and at that time, one was on a less lethal coverage, which was the taser, and the other had his service weapon, his firearm. The officer with the less lethal, which is the taser, actually deployed the taser, which was ineffective first, and then we had to escalate our response to ensure the safety of the female.
Any information? Are the veteran officers? Do you know how long they've been on the force?
One officer, I don't know exactly, so I don't want to tell you a misconception, but I believe they each have over 7 years of experience.
Wearing body
How
cameras?
Yes, my understanding is there's body cameras. I'm sure they would be able to be released at a later date.
do we know how many shots were fired?
I do not know specifically how many shots were fired, so I apologize. More than one, I believe.
So do you know if this couple has a history either together or on their own with PD?
Their relationship is currently under investigation.
Do you know if he was saying anything, you know, when he was standing behind her with his arm around her, if she has told authorities anything about this situation and why it escalated to that point?
They're still investigating with speaking with the witnesses as well as reviewing any kind of body camera or surveillance video, so I don't have that answer right now.
Speaking of witnesses, how many people may have been inside the business when this happened?
There was at least one other customer and the manager. I don't know. I can't confirm like how many exactly, but from my understanding, there was at least two other bystanders who were not injured or put in harm's way at all.
And did you say it happened in the pawn shop?
Inside the business located in the plaza behind me,
Why are we not specifically saying what business?
because I'm not 100% sure that I can disclose the business name, and I don't want to misstep.
But the shooting itself happened inside a business.
Inside a business, yes.
So just talk about the scene, how long you got the automotive place, how long were you guys, the investigation roughly, for people that want to come into the business or to do business?
So the scene is going to be secured for probably several hours. So the way this handles is because we as the Glendale Police Department were involved in shooting, we had to call the West Valley Incident Response Team to investigate, which are outside police departments, to come into Glendale and actually do the investigation. So currently the Buckeye Police Department is taking lead on this investigation. So they have been briefed and they're starting their process of their investigation. It's going to take several hours before we're able to release all these businesses in the parking lot.
How lucky was it that she called for help and was able to get it that quick,
Yeah,
being injured?
I mean, these situations are extremely tragic and scary, and we're really fortunate that the manager did call the police and that we were able to arrive in a timely manner to ensure her safety.
You know, we talk about what you said earlier, if you see something, say something, make a phone call. Some people are possibly afraid to get involved because they see what this man is doing with somebody he knows. If somebody sees this, what's the best way for them? Like, don't approach or just call 911? What's the best way for someone in the community to get help if they see something like this happening?
So your best bet is to separate from the situation. If you're seeing something potentially violent or something that needs police attention, it's best to separate yourself from the incident, from the area, and call the police department. In this case, the male was distracted, so the manager was able to step away and call the police. So we would always recommend calling us and not getting involved unless absolutely necessary, just because we don't know the situation, we don't know what that person's capable of.
People want to help, but in something like this, is it safe to say it's better to be a good witness than a good Samaritan kind of thing?
Yes, because I don't know the capabilities of the community member, and you don't know the capabilities of the individual that's being the aggressor. So because you don't know the capabilities, it's best to notify us, not get involved, and allow us to go there and make the scene safe.
Thank you.
That's it.
Great.
Good. Thank you, Lieutenant.
Thank you. So and then, so today was Glendale. Any other public releases after today will be handled by Buckeye PD. Just so, like, as you're, yeah, as you want more information, Buckeye's going to be the ones that disclose it. So it'll just save you from sending us an email and us referring you. So just so you know.
Get those mics
All right.
up.
Thank you.